Give me that again. The diaper pack. Ma, you don't want to take anything else? Give me the diaper pack.
All right, folks, what's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's Monday Night Madness. Monday Night Madness. I am your host, Andre Resort Robinson, here with another great Monday Night Madness show. First and foremost, I got my guy, Dalton D-Man Smith in the house. What's up? What's good?
What's up?
I got Rocco Raquelli from the sports entertainment capital of the world. Rocco Raquelli, what's good, Rock?
It's going good. Just another day, one day at a time.
Yo, wait a minute. Time out. I see a blank screen. There's 5 people. There's 5 on here. I see a blank screen. Somebody else's screen is blank. Who is this? Who is this?
It's me.
Whose other blank screen is this? Yeah. I know yours is off, but somebody's screen is off, man. Somebody got to come on, man. Show your face, man. Show your face. Oh, come on, man. I know who that is, man. He having problems with his camera right now. He having some issues. I see a Fiend mask. Is that a Fiend mask? That guy with the Fiend mask on? Who could that be, man? I see one heartbeats louder. I see his man, and the screen is what is this? Some WWE break? What's going on here? Whoa! Time out. What's up with the camera? I see he gonna have some technical difficulties today. Oh man, we can't have it. What's going on? Who is this, man? Show your face. Rocco.
Hey, Andre, he's having as many technical difficulty as Vince McMahon keeping records.
Sorry, I'm late, boys. I had to put my son down. I'm sorry.
Oh, look who it is. It's Monster. What's good, Monster? What's up?
How you doing, fellas? What's going on, baby?
Man, it's good. I see one heartbeats louder, man. Your camera was beating heavily right now. It was under cardiac arrest or something.
It's been weird for like 3 days. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just been strange. So I don't know. Sorry I missed anything if I'm late. Apologies to you, gentlemen. It's not professional of me, but you know, I'm here now. So let's have a great show, boys. Pleasure to meet you.
No doubt. Guess what? We got a phenomenal guy in the building. He's from MBS Central. He is my brother, man. We talk all the time. You've seen him. I've been on his show. Phenomenal show, yes. Phenomenal network. My guy from MBS Central. It's Keto BMG. What's good, Keto?
Yo, what's good, man? I've been supporting Monday Night Madness, the Rise Up family for a while. Just never had a chance to come on here, but it's my first time actually, man. So now I'm actually get to be part of the show instead of putting my comments in when you guys do the show. So I'm gonna it's tonight.
It's an honor to have you. Welcome to
absolutely.
It's gonna be a good show.
Welcome. Absolutely
gonna
be a really good show.
No beers. I'll drink beers. No beers. You're driving. No beers.
That's right. You're the designated driver today. All right. With that being said, we are going to designate drive sports reporting Monday, first and foremost. This is how we always start off Monday Night Madness. Now that the NFL season is coming up, we start off with some sports report Monday. Keto has told me that his favorite team is Marcus favorite team, which is the Dallas Cowboys. So since he's the brother, I ain't gonna say he a guest. He's not a guest. Make sure you like and share the show, okay? Make sure you like and share the show. I'm going to have Keto give us some sports news on the Dallas Cowboys first. So Keto, what's going on out there in Jerry's world?
So I know preseason don't mean much, but we've lost both of our games. We're 0-2. The story in Dallas is Dak Prescott with his shoulder. He did have an MRI. You know, he's on schedule and on point to start for week 1. From what I know from a couple of reports, that he could be taking a couple series or two when they play against the Houston Texans. And so I'm definitely I'm looking forward to see Dak in there. Bad news. Nevin Gallimore, he dislocated his elbow during the game against the Cardinals, so I was kind of bummed out about that. He's expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks, so we're gonna definitely miss him. The tight end McKeon, he's also gonna be out. Also, Dalton Jones, the other tight end, he's expected to be back with the Cowboys very soon. The same thing with Rand Gregory. So majority, what I know is that the Dallas Cowboys, they're dealing with a lot of injuries right now. As far as cornerback Trayvon Diggs, there's a lot of good news about him. He's been defending the top, wide receivers in practice, so he's not going against the third string or second string. He's going against defending guys in practice like, Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper. So that's good news for him. And he's been doing pretty well in practice for Trayvon Diggs, and that's the big concern that I've had as a Cowboys fan when it comes to their secondary, because they are horrendous. Man, when it comes to the secondary, anybody can light the field against that secondary against the Dallas Cowboys.
And we just lost Keo. More like the Cowboys.
That's all right. We'll get him back. Nevertheless, Keto was dropping some jewels on what's going on in Jerry's world. Right now, we're gonna actually swing this thing to Monster's way. The guy with the theme mask, with the tripping mic, with the tripping camera and all. Monster, what's going on out there in at One Bills Drive, man? What's going on?
A lot of good stuff. It's there. I gotta say one thing, buddy in the red. What's your name? Yeah.
Rocco Rocchielli.
Hey, Rocco, turn your camera off when you eat. It's unprofessional and it looks like shit. Like you know what I mean? It takes away from what you're trying to get across with your point. People are watching you eat. You know what I mean?
That's why I was turning the camera off a while ago, because I was eating the same way.
Like no disrespect at all. I don't know you. I'm not trying to be, you know what I'm saying? Just a little tip of courtesy. I've done this a long time. You know what I mean? People don't want to watch that. You know what I mean? It's kind of unprofessional or what have you.
Yeah, that's the reason I was turning the camera off, because I was eating.
We're not going to shit on him because he's going to fucking give us a Bears take that rips everybody's assholes out, aren't you? You got it. You got it in you. Yes, you do. I know.
Not really.
I see it in your face. You got it. But there's a lot of stuff happening at One Bills Drive that's exciting. All right. I had the opportunity. Oddly enough, I hung out with Deion Dawkins the day before he got COVID. It's crazy. All right. Everybody's down on him, what have you. He returned today to the lineup, but he's got a lot of work to do. Okay. He had it bad. Deion had it bad. It wasn't just a brief case. He had it bad after getting the vaccination. I'm not talking politics, don't care. But he had the vaccination and then he got it. So he's working his way through it. But in Buffalo, it always snows. So don't worry about Deion. Deion will be back. Deion's going to be great. It's going to be fine. And I got a hot take for you, Dre. Like, from watching what I've seen in training camp and being there live, Matt Breida, by week 3, I don't be surprised if Matt Breida is our starting running back over Singletary and Moss. I'm telling you that right now. Book it. I'm calling it.
That is very interesting. That is very interesting because out of the three running backs, who do you think is actually a workhorse back? Has Matt Breida proved that he can be a workhorse back, or is it going to be like a runner run by committee situation?
I think from what I've seen, it just Zach Moss is that dude in power situations. There's no doubt. Zach Moss is a power back. He gets those extra yards. He doesn't have the footwork of Singletary. But from what I've seen in training camp, Dre, Devin Singletary looks like he's T.O., bro. He's just chiseled out of muscle, but he doesn't look faster. He doesn't look like he has more ability to hit the hole. Like, you got in great shape, but I watched you 5 runs. I wrote down 5 runs. He didn't break 2 yards. And then there was Breida, who had 3 runs over 10 yards when I was there. Like, just watching it, just the way they worked behind the offensive line, it seems like the line is built more for Matt Breida than it is a running back like Singletary. He just doesn't have the ability to take it to the house. But in short yardage, when we need that short yardage and we need somebody to pound it in there, Zach Moss will be in there. He's that guy.
Okay, can you tell us more about what's going on as far as Stephon Diggs?
It's veteran work day. Like, he tweaked a little bit. Give him a day off. He'll be fine. There's nothing serious about Diggs. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, the workout Stephon Diggs does is insane. Like, to be the best receiver and still work that hard. You know who that reminds me of? The Rock. Like, The Rock's a billionaire and he still busts his ass. Like, only people that work that hard are Stephon Diggs and The Rock. Like, that's it. Like, follow Instagram. That's all you're gonna see. But Diggs will be fine. But, man, the work and the impression, like I said it on my podcast, I said, listen, as far as the Buffalo Bills draft class goes, I don't care who you are. I'm not going to learn your name. Make me learn your name. Make plays to make me know who you are. Make plays to make me say, oh, shit, let me go find who's 90, who's 42, who's blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And you know who that is? That's Greg Rousseau. Every day in practice, he's getting penetration. He's getting to the quarterback. He got a sack in the Lions game. Like, this dude's motor is 100%, and he is fast. His handwork is quick. His footwork is good. Like, this dude is NFL ready. Like, I said it earlier, and it's going to come out, but I'll spoil it here. Hot take, defensive rookie of the year, Greg Rousseau. Like, he's that good. Like, that's what I saw.
So you think, well, okay, so is he going to be better than Carlos Basham?
Well, you're talking 2 different guys. You know
True.
what I'm saying? Basham's going to be in there in different sets. Basham's going to be mainly stop the run. He's going to be, you know what I mean? Basham's going to be the guy that's going to penetrate and, shut down the run game. Whereas Rousseau is going to be, you know what I mean, 90% penetration. Like, that pass rush coming from him. Trey, like, he's crazy. Like, you've been out there, haven't you? Like, have you seen him live? Like, holy shit. Like, he's fucking badass. And he's humongous. Like, damn, that's a big guy. Like, to move that fast, he reminds me of Mario Williams in his prime. Mario Williams was another guy. Jason Taylor. Jason Taylor was 6'7" for the Dolphins. Dre, you remember that? Jason Taylor in his prime would just shred you. Like, there was nothing you could do. And that's what I see out of this kid. If he keeps progressing, and the fact that they got Luke Kuechly out there to teach Tremaine Edmonds and talk to Matt Milano, that's nothing but great mentoring. Like, that's knowledge you can't buy from somebody else. He's lived it. So it's everything I've seen has been good so far. Did you see in the Lions game where my man Harrison Phillips like bench pressed the dude into the backfield? Like, Harry just power rushed him, just bench pressed him into the backfield. I was like, I feel so bad for that guy. But on the other hand, I don't.
Yeah, I heard they were in the backfield crazy against the Lions. I heard they were creating all types of havoc in the backfield. So that's a good sign because that's something that the Buffalo Bills definitely need to work on as far as defensive run stuffing. Run stuffing defense has been in the middle of the pack the last 2 seasons. They were 14th in 2019. They were 15th last year, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely can use some pass rushing. I mean, definitely can use some run stuffing in the gaps. What about Ed Oliver, real quick, before we move on to the Bears?
Honestly, I haven't really seen too many reps out of Ed Oliver. Like, the day I was there, Cole Beasley didn't play. Ed Oliver didn't really do too much. He had very few reps. And it was plays that didn't involve him. It was slant passes or quick little dump outs where he really couldn't show what he did. So whether it was on purpose that they're not showing it, or it was just that's what happened at practice when I was there. But he hasn't really shown up in any of the post-news sheets. He hasn't really showed up in any of the highlights. And, you know what I mean? It's just I'm hoping for big things out of this kid, Dre. Like, he was a high draft pick. But the one guy I got really impressed with at camp that I seen live was just, dude, he's going to make 3 or 4 plays this year, and it's going to shake your head. Jake Kumro. Kumro's going to make those plays. He's not going to be an all-star. He's not going to make the Pro Bowl. He's not going to be a 1,000-yard receiver. But you know what? 3 times this year, mark it. 3 times this year, we're going to need a 3rd and 17, and he's going to make a stupid catch. Like, he's going to make those plays for us. He has it in him. Like, I love the kid's fire.
Guy Keys said, "Monster, he loves you, you ugly bastard."
That's my cousin.
Yo,
yeah, go take a shower, you smelly hippie bastard.
Absolutely. Rocco Raquelli. I need to know what's going on in Bears country. What's going on? Bear down.
Well, with Chicago, I mean, they did beat Miami first week of the preseason. They have to face off against Buffalo in week 2. That's preseason, so if they win, they win. If they don't, they don't. Preseason wins and losses really don't matter to regular season. I will say Jason Peters being signed to help one of the top 2 worst offensive lines in the NFL. I mean, if this was a decade ago, I would be hyped, but I mean, you're getting Jason Peters, who's like 1 or 2 years left of his career. And once again, Bears still have one of the 2 worst offensive lines in the entire NFL. So I will say Khalil Mack's doing what he's got to do. Jesse James, out of all people, is trying to earn a roster spot at tight end, even though the Bears have 11,000 tight ends on the depth chart. And Justin Fields, who is going to be a future top 10 quarterback in the NFL. You know what? He's solid. He's making good moves. You know, I like what I'm seeing from Fields. I like his confidence. You can tell that he is comfortable at quarterback in Chicago. And for the first time in what it feels like the last 20 years, the Bears finally have a quarterback that has hype and potential. And, you know, for the first time in maybe 50 years, they have a quarterback you can actually say is a franchise quarterback in Chicago. So I'm going to say it's doing good in Bears country. You know, Hallis Hall doing pretty well. You got everybody at training camp. And if they move to Arlington Heights, they move to Arlington Heights. Cool, or, you know, whatever. But I will say Chicago Bears, they're going to be okay. They're not going to be great. They're not going to be good. They're not going to be bad. Yeah, they'll be okay.
They're going to get beat by Mitch Trubisky next week.
Who?
Exactly. Mitch Trubisky's going to come back to Chicago and beat them. Well, like you said, it's the preseason. It don't mean shit, but it's funny.
All right. Good to hear. Good to hear out in Bears country. Guess what? We got my guy, the consistent one who's always front and center. It's time to be front and center, sir. Dalton D-Man Smith, it's your turn, brother. What's going on out there? Who that said they was going?
Well, I know it's preseason, though, but the Saints offense today were pitiful. 6 turnovers. Like 8 quarterbacks threw interception. Murray, Jones, and Freeman fumbled the ball. I mean, I like Marcus Callaway. He did pretty good. And Jameis Winston, well, he threw 1 touchdown, 1 pick. You know, wasn't his fault. Taysom Hill, like, we all know he ain't in the future. And Tony Jones, like, good running back. Like, he did good. Like, I have a feeling with Latavius Murray, he might be out the door. And the Saints defense, Paul Soldivo, the rookie cornerback, he did pretty good. Zach Bond, the linebacker, he did pretty good. And I got a message to Sean Payton. Sean Payton, stop putting Taysom Hill as a quarterback. He is not the future. He's a gadget player. Quit messing it up, Sean Payton. I mean it.
Yeah, get pissed off, Dalton. Tell him that shit.
Hey, I heard you waived Prince Akamora, so that's interesting.
Yeah, he got cut.
So did Brett Mayer, who, by the way, who's going to be your kicker now?
We don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
Well, Lutz is going to be out for a while, so we got to sign another kicker.
Yeah, you should trade for Cody Parkey.
Yeah.
All right, so does anybody have any questions before I get into this Packers talk? Any questions for anybody?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Do we need to talk about the Packers?
I kind of agree with the
Rocco, I'm about to mute your mic. I'm gonna mute Rocco's mic. That was real cute, Rocco. Good job.
I actually have a question for Rocco regarding his team.
Okay.
So as far as Justin Fields, I know he threw for 2 touchdowns. How long will it be until he's going to be the starter for the Chicago Bears?
Well, it should be week 1. It should be week 1.
Oh, okay.
However, most likely week 4. Like, I don't see Andy Dalton starting more than 4 games this year for Chicago.
All right, thanks. Now I can pick him up on my fantasy league.
I got a question. For Dallas. Keto, how do you feel about Michael Parsons?
I like him, man. He seems like he's everywhere on the field. I like his impact. You see his presence. A lot of people are not too fond with Jalen Smith right now. Like, I seen a couple plays that he kind of gave up when Chase Edmonds was running had the ball. So I like what I see from Parsons. I think he's going to make a huge impact for the team.
Kiddo, let me ask you this, buddy. How you doing? I'm Monster. Nice to meet you. Now I'm going to be a jerk off. No, I'm just playing. Now, being a Bills fan, it's been J.P. Lossman. It's been Fitzpatrick. It's been E.J. Manuel. It's been Tyrod Taylor. Do you really feel that Dax is that guy, or is you just have to feel that way because he's that guy right now?
I was against Dak Prescott. I was probably one of the biggest Tony Romo fans. I was very upset that when they just gave up on Romo like that. I just don't see Dak as a future quarterback like that. I just haven't seen it yet, man. The only time I seen it was in that rookie year when him and Zeke made that impact. I just haven't seen that yet. So for now, I don't think he's the future. I don't think they should have paid him that much to begin with. So I'm worried as a Cowboys fan. I hope he proves me wrong, but we'll see what happens.
Sorry, Dre, I didn't mean to jump in there, but you're busy.
No, it's all good. No, I actually
while we
like
have to listen to Packers.
You know what? That's twice now, okay? One more outburst, okay? I'll mute the whole set. For anybody who doesn't say anything about my Packers, okay? Muting the whole set.
Let's look to a timeout.
Am I missing something? Everybody keeps on asking about the Packers.
Because I was like,
Yeah,
hard time. That's the reason why.
They like to troll the Packers a little bit. But it's okay because I really didn't have too much to say besides it looks like the new defensive coordinator Joe Barry is definitely utilizing Oren Burks a lot.
So
Oren Burks definitely shined in the last preseason.
Like, what are they doing with Rodgers then? Like, what is this shit? Like, is he retiring? Like, does he want to sign? Like, what is it?
Jordan Love definitely had his debut. He was 12 of 17, 122 yards and a touchdown. He had a passer rating of 110.4. Definitely. So he looked very comfortable, but Aaron Rodgers will be the starter. I don't care what nobody say. He will be the starter. And, he's playing this year and hopefully next year and the year after too. All right. With that being said, that's all I got to say about the Packers tonight. Actually, any questions anybody want to ask? Oh, Devin Funchess looked really good too, by the way.
No, I was yelling. You muted me.
Who muted you?
You did. You totally ignored what I said. I asked the
What'd you
question.
say, Monster?
I said, what's Rodgers doing? Is he going? Is he staying? Like, what's the problem?
No,
like,
he's staying. Rodgers is staying. They paying. Listen, Rodgers is staying, and actually, Rodgers took kind of a little discount.
Yeah, but you know he hasn't won like a playoff game since like 2004 or something, right? Like, you know he's kind of shit, right?
Nah, nope.
Yeah, you know he's kind of shit, right? Come on, Dre, talk turkey with me, Torch. Well, come on.
Nope, he's trying to start trouble.
You got Josh Allen in your backyard, and you're talking about fucking Aaron Rodgers. Like, really?
I love it.
Come on, bro.
You know, it's so funny.
On, bro.
You know, it was actually really good to see Josh Allen the other week with him and Cole Beasley. It was really good to see him. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Aaron Rodgers still has it at 37. He can still compete with the greatest of them right now.
Anderson.
Being NFL MVP, going to obviously the NFC Championship game, where the Packers and Bills got sat down, unfortunately, at the end. But I really want to see what he does. I want to see what Devin Funchess brings to this offense with Alan Lazard, with obviously Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones staying the whole 9 yards. I can't wait to see what the offense is going to look like. And then I can't wait to see what the defense is going to look like. I thought that the defense, people on the defensive line, I did not like the fact that they kept Tyler Lancaster. Did not like that at all. I thought that was a bonehead move, something that they might pay for coming up. I want BJ Raji back. I want Raji. Y'all remember Raji with the commercials? BJ Raji.
Yo, Dre, I got a question.
Rocco shaking his head no.
Rocco, that's okay. You don't want to remember BJ Raji because he was tearing up Jay Cutler every time they played.
Hey, Dre, I got a question.
Yeah.
What about the addition of bringing back Randall Cobb? What's your thoughts on that?
I think that's a family thing. I think that was really good. That was really good for them to bring back Randall Cobb. Now, only if they could bring back Jordy Nelson, that would be great too. You know, bring back Jordy just for the fun of it. You know, if this is going to be Rodgers last year, bring back Jordy Nelson and see what we can do.
Why do you care about the Packers?
Oh, by the way, also another thing too. They could also just bring back Clay Matthews if they wanted to too. You know, that's been on in the news lately.
Hey, why don't they bring back Greg Jennings?
Well, they could bring back Don Mikowski.
Or
how about Don Mikowski ain't coming back too.
Why do you care about the Packers? Honestly,
we'll definitely bring back Clay Matthews. Though.
He's not going to answer.
Hey, you know what? Hey, since Andre is bringing up former Packers, why don't you bring back Andre Rison, Desmond Howard, Reggie White back in the grave? I mean, come on.
Yeah, we'll bring back Woodson too. We'll bring back Charles Woodson. Monster.
Brown, bring him back.
You know what?
Why do you care about the Packers, Trey? Seriously.
Okay, so I've been caring about the Packers actually.
He ignores it every time.
No. I'm answering the question. I actually been caring about the Packers because my father, who was a big time Packers fanatic growing up, he actually used to bet against the Bills. And then too, you know, being that me and my father was so close, I became a Packers guy. So that's just something if you didn't know, now you know.
I didn't know.
But yeah.
Now I know, and I respect it. I will not make fun of it.
Cool, awesome. You know,
really
a lot of trolling goes on. A lot of trolling goes on, and I would rather just sports talk and have sports talk and sports report, and that's something I like to do with these guys. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in right now. Thank you for tuning in to Monday Night Madness with my little son who's making all this noise in the background. Says Jerry Jones is constantly looking over his staff's shoulder. Get out of the way and let the people who you hired for the franchise do their job. You can't get success and be successful when you don't trust your staff or players. I like that. Definitely.
Jerry
Sharon
Jones,
said, "Yep, that's why."
Al Davis, Daniel Snyder. Like you go down the list of them.
That's right. Conrad Cushman, what's up? EPW is in the house. What's good? What's good? What's good? Jacob said I'm a closeted Packers fan. Yep, absolutely. You know it. Mason, what's up, Mason? My God, Mason Mancini is watching. What's good? Shout out to you as well.
Check out Mason for the pictures. Mason doing his thing with the click, click, click.
Yeah, absolutely. Mason be doing this thing with the pictures too. I ain't even gonna lie.
You got goofy hair, but I love it.
Ray, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
When is the Packers going to rehire Dom Capers as defense coordinator?
You say that again.
When is the Packers going to rehire Dom Capers as defensive coordinator?
Never.
I have a question.
Yes.
When are the Packers actually going to care about their defense and not just let the offense take care of business?
Man, listen. When the organization actually get a brain, maybe we should hire you for that. Maybe you can come out of that Bears shell and
Hey, I will decline, but I'll let Monster do it instead. I think he'd make a great defense.
I make a great what?
I'll decline on being the defensive coordinator for Green Bay. I'll let Monster take care of that. You know, he could build a good defense for Green Bay.
Yeah, I replace everybody they have because what they have sucks. like I just come in the fucking draft room and just be like, all right, you gotta go. Like I see tape on you, your shit. Like you gotta go. No, I don't know. Dre, I'll be honest with you. I don't watch Green Bay because Green Bay's boring. Green Bay's like the Utah Jazz of the NBA. Green Bay's like the Minnesota Wild of the NHL. Like they're fucking boring. I don't care about Green Bay. Like Aaron Rodgers is the car insurance guy. Other than that, I don't give a shit about Green Bay. I don't really watch it.
You are highly disrespectful for that, Monster. By the way, since you want to sit up here and talk,
I'm not going to make fun of them.
Our first topic is, all right, let's get. It's okay. Let's get to the slideshow of madness right here. A lot of you already know what this is. You may not be able to see it clearly, fully right here, but nevertheless, this is Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen, folks. We got to have this conversation. It's got to be had. Okay. Conversation has to be had. Josh Allen just got a new contract. I've been hearing on multiple shows the buffoonery that I've been hearing about Josh Allen. We got to have this conversation. Does Lamar get paid more than Josh? And secondly, who is the better quarterback? Gotta have this conversation. I gotta take a trip and grab a beer, so I'll go wild. Rocco.
Yes.
Let's go with you. Who's the better quarterback between the two? And I want real premise. I do not want trolling.
All right. You want real premise? I have to break it up into parts. When it comes to running ability, I go with Lamar Jackson. When it comes to being a better passer, it's Josh Allen. When it comes to being a leader, I go with Josh Allen. But when it comes to being flashy, when it comes to being the guy you're going to see on SportsCenter top 10 plays, you want to go with the guy who is a marketing machine. You want to go with the guy who is on the cover of Madden. You want to go with the guy who the NFL is putting on all their billboards and cups and posters, spoons, knives, forks. That's Lamar Jackson. Honestly, it just depends on what you are asking. If you're asking who is the more popular player, it's Lamar Jackson, no doubt. But who is the better player? It's Josh Allen.
My turn. First off, Lamar Jackson showed up as his draft looking like the fucking pool table. Like, what's with that suit? Like, you wore a green felt suit to the draft. Like, nobody's going to draft you. It's embarrassing to be seen with you in a picture. But no, Lamar Jackson is what I said that Colin Kaepernick was. What I said, what so many other quarterbacks, like your gadget quarterbacks. The NFL defenses are going to figure you out and put you in situations you cannot succeed. Lamar Jackson does not have a great arm. It's been shown. When they contain his legs and they shut that down, he cannot make the throws that they need to win. Like, it's only going to get worse for him. That's what happened with Kaepernick. He went to the NFC Championship game, and then what happened the next year? They won like 4 games. There's a cliff for quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen has talent as a quarterback. He doesn't need to run. He can stand back there and gun it with his arm and make accurate throws. Lamar Jackson has not shown in his NFL career he can do that. I can keep talking if you want. I gotta take a sip of beer. I'm fucking parched now, Dre. Jesus Christ! Like, what more do you want? I'm gonna send you my PayPal.
Keep going, Michael. Hey, listen. Keep going. I was loving it. I was loving the synopsis, man. You was dropping. You was dropping.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
You was
like,
dropping.
How many quarterbacks have you seen over the years? Like, he's basically Taysom Hill squared. Like, he's a little better at what Taysom Hill does, but Taysom Hill's limited. Lamar Jackson's limited. They're going to figure it out. Colin Kaepernick was better than Lamar Jackson. Yeah, get it through your heads. Sorry. Colin Kaepernick was better than Lamar Jackson, and he was. Okay? They're going to figure Lamar out, and then that's going to be the end of it. That's going to be the end of it, the same way they did Kaepernick, and that's no disrespect to Lamar Jackson because he's an elite talent, but he's very specific. Like, you take away one element of his game, he's not strong enough in the other element to carry it through, not at a championship level. It's been shown.
He's one-dimensional.
Thank you. Thank you. That's where his strength is. You shut down his strength, his weakness will not beat you. Period. That's it. Sorry, but no, he should not be paid near Josh.
So, question. What is he Cam Newton?
No.
Because, I mean, I'm talking about now. Cam Newton now. Not when, like, he was in Carolina dominating. I'm talking about now.
No. Lamar is better right now than Cam Newton is right now. Cam Newton is just a fucking trash bag. Like, I don't know what happened to him. You're the league MVP. Now you don't know how to throw the ball accurately. Like, Jameis Winston looks better than you? Really? Jameis Winston looks better than you? Like, it just Cam was about himself. Cam was never about football. Cam was about, I want to be famous, I want to be rich. Cam Newton was never serious about football. He had the one good season, then he started being Superman, and he didn't give a shit. He cared about his brand more than he cared about himself. That's why Cam Newton was one and done in Carolina. Once he got to that level of success, he's like, oh, I'm just going to make money off it. I don't give a shit about football. And that's why Cam fell off and wound up in New England, where he can't find his ass from a hole in the ground.
All right. So
somebody else, oh, God, I'm going to a fucking asthma attack.
Keto's in the house again. Sharon had a good question. She said, can Lamar Jackson overcome his limitations?
I mean, if he works at it, if he actually works and makes it. Yeah.
I agree. I think if he works at it, definitely. Keto, who's the better quarterback? And then I'm going to Dalton.
Oh, it's clearly Josh Allen to me. I'll admit I was not a Josh Allen fan when he got drafted. I'll admit when I'm wrong about a player, I thought Josh Allen was going to be the bust. When I saw the first year, I was like, oh, man, Buffalo better think about a new quarterback to draft in the following year. But I was wrong about Josh Allen, though. Yeah, he really impressed me. He worked on his mechanics, his footwork, his quarterback IQ, the way he goes through progressions. I like what I saw from Josh Allen last season. As far as Lamar Jackson goes, I think based off of the way the market is set right now for the quarterbacks, I do think he's going to get paid more than Josh Allen, but I don't think he should. I just think based off of the way the market goes right now, I think he's going to get paid more than Josh Allen, but I don't think he should though, man. Lamar Jackson, like was it Rocco or Dalton said? He's a one-dimensional player, man. He defensive coordinators already got him figured out already, and he got you when defensive coordinators, they have everybody drop back when Lamar Jackson throws the ball. They're going to force him to beat them to throw the ball with these defensive coordinators that plan to go against Lamar Jackson, and he has yet to prove that. And Baltimore, they have done nothing to improve their wide receiving core. I mean, you got Hollywood Brown over there. I think they need help. They definitely need help, man. I know they got Mark Andrews as a tight end, they need help, man. I thought they should have went after Julio Jones, but Tennessee ended up wrapping him up.
Woo! Keto. You is not giving them the keto diet right now. The keto diet is supposed to be light, bro. You dropping it heavy on them, something heavy right now, like they eating soul food, bro. What's good with you, man? Listen. First and foremost, I want to put this out there. Dalton, go ahead real quick because I want to put some stuff out there that need to be heard for real. Definitely about these.
Okay,
go ahead,
first
Dalton.
of all, that was a rhetorical question, and also I am getting sick and tired of all this. But to be honest with you, I'm gonna go with Josh Allen. The reason why, because he has a bigger arm than Lamar. We know he can throw a ball, he can run, and let's not forget he had a receiving touchdown. And before they got Diggs, he didn't have no number one target. And Lamar, I know he won MVP, took him to the playoffs, but never took him to the AFC Championship yet. And he had never had a big body receiver. Mark Andrews is a number one tight end, and about Josh Allen like he's a dual threat quarterback.
Yeah, and Lamar won MVP with Josh Allen, had Kelvin Benjamin and Zay Jones as his receiver.
Hey, Sharon, he will work at it once his career is starting to fall apart. We have seen so many quarterbacks who are one-dimensional, and the moment their career starts to collapse on themselves, then they start working at it. So, no, I don't think Lamar Jackson's going to work on being a passer while it is working as a runner. So, to answer your question.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say this. Lamar Jackson working on his passing is like Ben Simmons working on his jump shot.
Damn! Ben Simmons is ass! Oh,
Keto. I thought we was on the energy buyers, bro. What's going on here? I thought we was on the energy buyers, bro. What's going on here? You over here dropping real salt? Yo, stop dropping.
I like this cat, baby.
Listen,
hey, Andre.
Bro, you giving them a recipe that's gonna give them the itis, bro. Stop playing. Go ahead. All right.
And to answer the second part of Sharon's question, it was like one or two questions up. What quarterbacks do I rate better than Josh Allen? Well, to me, he's the fourth best quarterback in the NFL. So there are three quarterbacks better than Josh Allen.
Damn.
All right.
Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers.
I'm glad you answered.
Okay,
I got a fire start because see, here we go. First and foremost, listen, let's sports talk about stuff. I listen to too many folks just troll, and it is bad because you miss premise when you troll. When you troll, you put too much energy into trolling and trying to make fun instead of actually bringing the facts. So here's some facts real quick. Fact number one. I just want people to think about Lamar Jackson's MVP season. Now, obviously, Lamar Jackson is outstanding. I mean, he's phenomenal. He's shifty. He's got world-class speed, 4.3 speed. He's got linebacker. He's got a cornerback, wide receiver speed as a quarterback. He's been doing this since Louisville, running the RPO system.
Right, but all the stuff you just mentioned has nothing to do with the quarterback.
Hold on. Come on. I'm gonna get to that, Monster. I promise you, I'm gonna get to that.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna get to that. I promise you. No. You good? You're right. He's ran for 1,000 yards 2 seasons in a row. I get it. Great, phenomenal. His style is different. I've heard. His style is different. But he has never passed for over 3,200 yards in one season. And then I hear people making these lame excuses about, he doesn't have a number one receiver. Well, that's a bad excuse. You want to know why that's a bad excuse? Because in 2018, 2019, when he only played 8 games, I'm sure the organization knew that they needed the number one. What happened? They went and tried to get Hollywood Brown. Terrible. Bad pick, totally bad pick. Wasn't a number one at all. Mark Andrews is the main focus when you're throwing the football from Lamar Jackson. Number 2, let's be clear. Lamar Jackson can't make all the throws, man. I've heard so many lame excuses when it comes to him. Oh, well, he's not that type of guy. That's not the guy he's going to be. Yeah, he doesn't have a number one receiver. Well, it's not Josh Allen's fault that the organization sucks. But here's what I don't hear people saying. It's not about homerism, or it's not about, we like one more than the other, because I think Lamar Jackson is phenomenal, and I got to watch these two guys 1v1. I got to watch them.
I had to spend $80 on a Lamar Jackson jersey for my son.
Right, I just got to watch those guys. You understand what I'm saying? Here's the problem that I have, though. The problem that I have is I never hear people talk about how the Bills organization, if we're giving these excuses or we're making these reasons for why Lamar Jackson hasn't thrown for 4,000 yards, or his MVP season, he only threw for 3,127 yards. Do you know that is what Josh Allen damn near threw in season 2? The year where people was like, oh, he was so inconsistent when he threw for 3,089 yards, 20 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, ran for 9 touchdowns, had 500 yards on the ground itself. Like, I would understand if these two aren't kind of similar, but they're kind of similar as much as people say that they have different styles. The only difference to me is that Josh Allen in year 1, which we watched, you notice, the organization didn't want Josh Allen running the ball like that. He ran for 680 some yards on like 80 carries and had 8 touchdowns. Right. Offensive line is terrible. I hear nobody say, well, Josh Allen's offensive line was terrible. I never hear people say, well, Josh Allen never had a number one until Stephon Diggs. I never hear people say that, but we hear people say that for Lamar Jackson. It's like, is Josh Allen allowed to have these reasons or excuses? I mean, he's never had a legitimate run game. I mean, Lamar Jackson is running the RPO, and Mark Ingram had 1,000 yards the year he had 1,000 yards plus 36 touchdown passes. You understand what I'm saying? But what happened last year? Lamar Jackson threw for 2,770 yards. 2,770.
Yeah, but you know what? They won the Super Bowl in the last 20 years, and we haven't. So until you win shit, you ain't shit. That's why the Bills don't get respect. You ain't won shit. Until you win shit, you ain't shit. And period. Right, that's what it is.
But my thing is, Lamar Jackson is like, they got Lamar Jackson up here because, again, he ran for 1,000 yards last year again. But they're not. I mean, if Josh Allen threw for 2,757 yards, we would never hear the end of this story. We never hear the end of the story. Josh Allen from year 1 to year 3, and you can look this up for folks who know
Skip
analytics.
Bayless, Colin Coward, they be shit now.
Hold on. For people who know analytics, Josh Allen's jump from year 1 to year 3 is the greatest jump in NFL history as a quarterback, starting quarterback. I want you guys to understand this, okay? Clearly, people are like, oh, well, he only had one good season. No, that's not true. He actually had a decent season in 2019 without a number one. John Brown isn't a number one, and John Brown had over 1,000 yards, and he's not a number one. He's never been a number one anywhere. Where's John Brown been a number one? Somebody tell me. I'm trying to, you understand what I'm saying?
I remember James Brown was the number one.
I need to hear, listen, I need to hear this stuff, though. I only hear one side of it, and it's always, oh, well, Josh Allen in Buffalo, they suck. Or Josh Allen was terrible year 1 and 2. Stephon Diggs, blah, blah, blah. Yes, they went and got a number one. Here's the difference between Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. Lamar Jackson, when he got in the league, Greg Roman went to his strengths. The Bills did not go to Josh Allen's strength in the beginning. All right? The Bills actually went and got a number one. Baltimore has failed to get a number one. But you run the RPO. So do you want a great run offense because you're a run-first team? Or do you want a great passing offense, too, to go along with it? Here's my problem. Like Keto said earlier, you let Julio Jones go to your rival. You let Julio go to Tennessee. You had an opportunity to get Julio. You went and got Dez Bryant. Remember that? You went and got Dez Bryant. Proving that you guys are terrible at picking wide receivers. How is that anybody's fault? But we're giving the pass to Lamar, but not giving the pass to Josh, who hasn't had an elite running game, who hasn't had an elite offensive line like the Baltimore Ravens have had a pretty damn good offensive line, and an organization who started off on Lamar's strengths, and Josh had to catch up because year one they was in teardown mode, or as we called it, trust the process mode, right? But nobody wants to say this stuff. This right here is what I call sports talk and not sports banter, not sports trolling. You see what I'm saying? We're all sitting up here making legitimate points.
My whole thing with the quarterback, with the Diggs thing, Diggs made Josh Allen. Okay, well, what did Megatron do for Matt Stafford? Like, there's plenty of examples where it's like, dude, that's just such a stupid fucking point. Like, there's 3 running quarterbacks that I can think of that were successful throughout their careers running and throwing. Here's my list. 1, Steve Young. 2, Randall Cunningham. 3, Michael Vick. That's it. Anybody else who's came in the league with a gadget-type game plan that wants to run like Lamar Jackson or anybody else, they get shut down. Colin Kaepernick, they figure him out. They get shut down. There's only very few athletes that can do what those guys did.
Wait, here's a question. I know injuries is the reason why his career fell apart. But would you consider Vince Young on that category? Like, he had 2 great seasons in Texas.
I honestly think, because I was a huge Vince Young fan from Texas, I think if his career and he would have wound up with the right organization that mentored him and matured him, I absolutely think he could have been there. I loved Vince Young.
Someone said, what about Doug Flutie?
Don't be stupid. It's Doug Flutie. Like, come on. Don't be an idiot. Like, it's too late.
Bears legend, Doug Flutie. Come on now.
All right, listen. Can I answer Shan's question real quick? She says, I got a question for you. What is it that you feel people aren't saying that you need to hear them in order to be fair when discussing Josh Allen? Okay. It's not really about what I need them to say. I need them to be unbiased. Today's word is unbiased. Okay. I need people to be unbiased. If you're making excuses, watered down reasons, I call them watered down reasons for why Lamar Jackson hasn't thrown for 3,200 yards in one season yet, and you're saying it's because of his style and he doesn't have a number one receiver, then I need you to take the whole pie and remember that Josh Allen came to a team that literally had no offensive line. Shady McCoy couldn't run with that offensive line, had Kelvin Benjamin as a supposedly so-called number one, had no real receivers, a defense that was lackluster and garbage. Star Tudele was garbage that year on the defensive line, by the way. I just want to put that out there. And was toilet paper. Yes, Starler toilet paper was garbage. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what Josh Allen had to start out with. And then in year 2, he jumped. He made some progressions. Yes, does he have problems with ball control and not fumbling the ball? Yes. Does he have problems sometimes getting too irrational and throwing errant passes? Yes. My question to all that is, though, when it comes down to them two, 1v1, the same year that Lamar was MVP, I could have swore Josh Allen and Lamar ended up in the same place, which was a first-round exit, right? And then last year, when they played 1v1, what happened? I could have swore Josh Allen beat him. I'm not even going to say I'm not going to say smoke this. I'm going to say beat him, right? He beat him, point blank. So, like, we sit here and we don't we don't give the whole pie. That's the problem to me. All I hear is Josh Allen. Are you serious? Buffalo, like that's no, man. If we want to get somewhere, and I don't want to turn this into like I'm trying to preach, but if we're gonna get somewhere, honestly, which I think a lot of people have a lot of great talent to get to the next level, to write, to go on TV, to work for somebody's network, or even a majority of y'all have built your own shit. Rocco, Keto, Monster, and others have built your own.
Follow us, Facebook.
A lot of legitimacy. I think we have to stop so much with the trolling and get back to the basis of sports talking. And let's keep it real all the way around. And let's have fun with the shit. Let's be honest. That's just my thing. Jay Williams said, is Baltimore's defense enough of a compliment to Lamar's offense to get him enough production as a team? Yes, I do. I think to answer that question, Jay, that addition of Marcus Peters last year.
You gotta say that word. You skipped it. Say that word.
Dichotomy.
I did. Dichotomy.
You did. You skipped it. Fuck you. I saw you.
I did. I skipped it. Dichotomy. I didn't want to. I didn't know
that shit, man. Good looking.
Yeah, I didn't listen. I didn't want to sound foolish. I swear to God, I didn't. I didn't want to.
What the fuck is that word? Like, stop coming in here with school words, Jay. What are you saying about that life?
Right, dichotomy. I like it. Yes, I do. I think it's enough of a compliment. I think if Lamar Jackson works on his throws, the ones that are outside of the numbers, because he does a lot of in between the numbers throws. Mark Andrews is a short shot in the numbers type of guy, in the red zone type of guy, which is the reason why Teron Johnson was able to jump his pass in the playoffs, knowing what was up because of film study. He knew that Mark Andrews would be the primary target in the red zone. He jumped it. It was in the numbers. If he can make throws outside of the numbers, if he can work on the deep ball, I think Lamar Jackson is going to be perfectly fine. I think Lamar Jackson could even be better than one Dak Prescott. But that's another conversation for another time.
Wait, Jacob Souls. Wait, hold on a second. Wait, Jay Williams. How can Monster not say Flutie was a mobile quarterback? How many Grey Cups? What are you talking about? That's CFL. Like what? Like you're talking about a drinking competition where my opponent drinks Coors Light. Like that doesn't count. It's the CFL. Like the goalposts are in the middle of the end zone. Like how many bloopers are on YouTube of guys doinking their fucking heads off the goalpost because you guys don't put it in the back of the end zone like normal people would. Don't leave it right there. People are running right there. That's why Flutie's not on that list. Sorry, go ahead, boys.
It's all good. Sharon said, but Dre, according to Rocco, Lamar is not going to work on his throws until his career takes a hit, though. Okay. I mean, hey, that's Rocco's idea of it. I'm mad at Rocco.
Hey, unfortunately, there's been a good portion of quarterbacks in the NFL where they adapt once it's too late. Like once their career has taken a hit in the pocketbooks, once their career has taken a hit in terms of legacy, then they start to work on their weaknesses. And to answer a question that Sharon asked earlier, it's not laziness that Lamar Jackson isn't going to work on his throws. What's going to happen is that his comfortability being a mobile quarterback has gotten him here. Him being a mobile quarterback is how he has won an MVP. Him being a mobile quarterback is how he has won so many games. In fact, by the way,
thank you,
Andre, something you didn't bring up, Lamar Jackson actually has the most wins out of all the quarterbacks from the 2018 draft class. So it has worked for him the first 3 years of his career. However, when you have that many wins already in your career, you get comfortable with your surroundings. You get comfortable being that type of quarterback. So to answer your question, Sharon, it's not about laziness. I don't think that it's him being lazy that he doesn't want to work on his mechanics. I think the problem is he is not going to work on it until either A, his legs get chopped out from under him, or defenses start realizing what he's doing and he pretty much becomes useless. Well,
Yeah, I think they're gonna figure that RPO out more. That's what I think. I think they're gonna figure it out more. I mean, we know Greg Roman is the king of RPO. He's ran it so many places. He's ran it in Buffalo. He's ran it in San Francisco. He's ran it here. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, they got Rashad Bateman. Here's my thing, though. I don't want to hear no excuses if Lamar Jackson doesn't throw for 3,500 yards this year. I don't want to hear no more excuses.
Wait, isn't Bateman already injured, though?
Yes, Bateman got injured during training camp, but still, he will be back. He will be back. It's not like he's not going to be back. And Rashad Bateman is really good. I'm gonna be honest with you. We had a chance to interview him during Pro Day. Phenomenal guy. Looks like he's eager to play football. So I mean, that's who they picked. Now we're gonna see if it happened. Keto, my question to you, sir. What happens if Lamar puts it together? Can he be a better quarterback than Dak?
Than Dak Prescott?
Yeah.
Did you just I don't know, man. I just don't know. It's hard to call that right now because Lamar, he's so eager to look to run and get outside of the pocket so much, where he has a hard time staying inside the pocket. And like I said, I just think he needs to work on his mechanics, man. That he's had this problem since he went to Louisville with this. And we know that Lamar won the Heisman during his time in Louisville also. And look at this, where he's over at this stage where he won MVP, and now teams are starting to figure him out. I just don't think he can, man.
Okay. All right. Let's read some of these comments real quick. Sharon says, so if he doesn't work on it because he's successful the way he's playing now, but the minute his legs can't successfully carry him, then will he work on it? I see. Makes sense. Yep. A real marginal comparison is Trey Lance. Do you feel that if the chance he may be compared to Josh Allen, Trey Lance? Interesting question, Jay Williams. That's a very interesting question. Did Monster get a chance to see Nathan Peterman perform? Yeah.
I did see Nathan Peterman perform, and you know who the first person I reached out to was Rico from Buffalo Fanatics, who fucking pumped Nate Peterman from the start. Like, come on, Rico, break out your Nate Peterman shirt. You got to be proud. Let's go, Nate Peterman.
Hey, shout out to the Raiders starter from preseason, Nate Peterman. There you go.
Fucking Nate Peterman. Let's go, boys.
Sharon said personally.
There's only like six. Let's see. What? There's 3 quarterbacks, 32, 64. Yeah, I'm not doing math past that. So let's say 130 jobs like in the world, and Nate Peterman's good enough for one of them. Like, think about that. That's it. There's like 130 quarterback jobs in the world. There's like 6 trillion people, and Nate Peterman's one of the best.
By the way, to answer your equation, 96. 32, 64, 96.
I love you, and that's why you're here, and I like your microphone, and your hair is pretty cool. You're a friend of Monsters. You can come over anytime.
All right.
I like that. I like this guy, Torch. I like that guy, Torch. I like that guy.
Rocco and Keto, man. Rocco, Keto, Dalton, Monster in the house. What's good? What's good? Monday Night Madness is here. I'm excited. Dalton, I want your take on this real quick. Come on, man. Is it Lamar? Oh, you already said it's Josh. I forgot.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Josh Allen. Like, how many times we say like 1,000 times?
Yes, I want you to say it 1,000 times. Okay. Moving on. We need to talk about Jari Alexander.
Dalton, where do you live?
Texas.
From Texas.
You sound like Hank Hill, buddy. I was like, you don't get up and shut that corner in the morning. You're going to start that tractor and you're going to not give me no bullshit. Like, I can sense that about you. Like, I got you, buddy. I was like, Dalton's that guy. I respect it.
I can't. All right, let's talk about Jerry Alexander real quick. We had a top 100 players. I'm gonna be very honest with you. There's 3 players I need to mention, and I here we go again with small market teams. I'm so sick of the bias with small market teams. Jerry Alexander is number 41 on the list. 41, folks. Cole Beasley and Trey White, 95, 96. Do you guys agree with the rankings, or do you have some disdain with those rankings?
Do you have a censor button?
Nope.
Hey, Andre.
Okay, well then I won't say what I was going to say. Dead air kills the show. Somebody talk.
Come on, man.
Go first, Monster.
I can't say what I was going to say. I was going to say, who did his mom have to blow to get that spot? But Dre told me I couldn't say it.
Youch. Youch. Okay, Keto.
That's why I shut up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Do you agree? Disagree?
I disagree as how high he's ranked or how low he's ranked.
Do you disagree with the rankings in general with any of the 3?
I thought Jair Alexander possibly could have been ranked higher. I think he's definitely a borderline top cornerback in the league. I think a lot of people do overlook that from his playmaking ability that I was able to see last season. I thought he could have been ranked higher. As far as Cole Beasley, I'm surprised how high he was ranked, man. I think I saw from what I saw from Cole Beasley, he's a great possession receiver. He made some huge plays for Buffalo when they needed it the most. But as far as like being a top player like that, I thought he was ranked maybe a little bit too high for me. But I don't have a huge problem with it. But if I had to nitpick, I would say Cole Beasley.
Okay. Let's go with Rocco.
For anyone who doesn't follow me on Twitter at Rocco Rakelli, then you would know that I was actually tweeting about the NFL Top 100 while it was happening. Amount of disrespect. And by the way, this is supposed to be a list created by the players. Supposedly, this list is created by the players. Personally, I don't buy it for a minute. I don't think all these players voted for X amount of players to be lower as they were. And also, can we talk about the fact that they had about 20,000 wide receivers and like from 40 to 100? I mean, it's kind of ridiculous how many wide receivers they had on the list. So
excessive much?
To me, it was absolutely ridiculous. It was, as Dalton says, pathetic.
Yep.
And when it comes to Alexander, everybody knows that at his position, with his scheme, with the way that he runs the defense, he is the best defensive back in the NFL at his job. I mean, heck, I'm a Bears fan. I'm not afraid to admit it. Jair Alexander is the best defensive back in the NFL at what he does, because he is someone that doesn't allow the wide receiver to get the ball in his hands. And yeah, someone mentioned that he only had 1 INT. Well, guess what? He didn't have to have 10 INTs when you're just shutting down wide receivers all day long. So
thank you, Rocky.
I'm being unbiased here. I'm being a reporter, broadcaster, announcer, whatever you want to call me. I'm going to say that this list was very disrespectful, and I do not believe for a second that the players voted on it. Bullshit.
Yeah, I want to say this to back up what Rocco said. I think it's totally disrespectful. Totally disrespectful. A couple people that wasn't on the list higher than they should have been. Mika Fitzpatrick is one. I'm sick of the disrespect with Mika Fitzpatrick. I think it's absolutely SH, sugar, honey, iced tea on how they keep disrespecting Mika Fitzpatrick. I think Mika Fitzpatrick is the best safety in the league. No question. I think it's him. And I think it's the guy from San Diego who are the best safeties, 1 and 2. Then you can go with Derwin James. You could go with Honey Badger and the rest of them afterwards. You can argue that however you want to argue. But I think Mika is number 1. Number 2, it is a total disrespect on Jerry Alexander's name that he's number 41. Yet he only gave up one receiver more than 30 yards last year. For the whole entire season, including the playoffs, he only gave up one 30-plus yard receiver. And no receiver had more than 60 on him the whole season. I think that's astronomically BS when I watched Stephon Diggs the year before at number 7 when Trey White was better than him, and Trey White was at 47 or something, and he's at number 9, and Trey White was better than Stephon Gilmore last year. Totally disrespectful. I'm sorry. Totally gross. As far as Trey White kind of had an off season, so I kind of can understand the 95. Cole Beasley, obviously slot receivers don't get a whole lot of love. So I kind of can understand the 96, but Jari Alexander at 41 is a disgrace. Somebody need to shoot the list just off of that alone.
All right.
Monster.
Yeah, all right. It's like the Madden rankings, all right? First off, the guys putting these lists together have never played a lick of NFL football. Ever. None of them. Zero. Done. It's so stupid. But you got to remember, the NFL is $1 billion business. So the more marketable players with the endorsements are going to get higher rankings in the slot. Whatever produces more revenue for the NFL, those are the players that are going to win these top 100 or blah, 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 or whatever bullshit they try to put across you. It's about money. It's about marketing. It's about numbers. So if Josh Allen does this much profit and Lamar Jackson does this much, guess what? Lamar Jackson's this much higher than Josh Allen on those lists because that creates revenue and generates money for the NFL because that's what the NFL is. The NFL is not there to bring me and you great football games on Sunday. The NFL is there to make fucking money. That's what the NFL is. It's a money machine, and that's the way it's going to operate. So the players that get the most endorsements, that are going to make the NFL the most money in these stupid-ass polls are going to get the higher slots. It's simple.
Okay, by the way, I don't care about the list anyway, but whoever does that list, they need to take a drug test right now because I don't care the list. J. Alexander, one of the best cornerbacks, he should be higher. And like Mika Fitzpatrick, he's been disrespectful. He needs to be higher. I understand why Trey White's at number 95. Cole Beasley, he's a slot receiver. Like what Dre said, slot receivers don't get enough props.
Yeah, listen, Jari Alexander is half the reason why people was talking crap about Aaron Rodgers in the NFC Championship game, by the way. I just want to put that out there. He's legitimately one of the biggest reasons why they talked so much trash about him because they had 3 turnovers and, he got 2 of them.
Right.
But people don't look at the full scale of the pie that all those turnovers was inside Green Bay's territory, as if Green Bay didn't have to go the whole length of the field anyway against the top 6 defense. That's another conversation for another day because I've heard it all. Real quick before we end Monday Night Madness, I want to say this. Listen, if you like the lineup, If you like the lineup that we got on Monday Night Madness, you can put some likes and hearts in the air. Let us know because we coming back next week. Phenomenal. Keto's been on here. Keto's been a gym. Rocco Raquelli's about to go do his own show right now. Sports Angle. Make sure y'all support that for sure. I got Dalton D-Man Smith who's going to be on Sunday. SummerSlam's coming up. Jaw U's coming up. Oh,
John Cena, baby.
That's right. We've been talking about Chris Masters maybe coming on the show. That's a shh. I was supposed to keep it, but I ain't want to keep it. Chris Masters might be, coming on the show. We hollered at him, shouted out to him a little bit. My guy Monster, of course. Monster, the guy with a whole lot of flavor, the guy with innovative ideas. He knows all about innovative ideas and sports talk for sure. Loving it. Can't wait. Sunday, Bill's show coming back. And I got my son like, yeah, my son's gonna be on the show too. You see him? Yeah, he's
show the baby. We want to see the baby. Shut up. Stop talking. Show the baby.
He want to talk too right now. Look at his smile. He want to talk too.
What's up, baby?
He want to talk. That's right.
Come join us Sunday. Bill talk.
Matthew, you said that Simmons is better than Minka. Matthew, I would love to have a debate show with you on that if you want. I could bring some Pittsburgh Steelers fans onto the show, and we can have a debate conversation on Simmons versus Minka if you like. Yes, Little Torch, Little Dre. Yes, he is. This guy, gotta love him. Love him to death. The list is made by NFL players. Yep. It's a monetizing algorithm that is straight profit driven. Garbage, like Monster said. Yes, Jay, absolutely. Dalton D-Man Smith for the win. Of course, man. Listen, I love winners. And I want to say thank you because you're all winners for supporting something that's so positive. Thank you very much. We greatly appreciate you. We got more talk. Next week we'll talk about we'll talk some MLB, some football. We have some football talk on the show too. And on top of that, we're gonna talk a little bit of NBA as well next week on the show. We're gonna get real creative. Yes, that's not a debate. I will come on, bring it. Let's go. Yes, Sharon, no question.
I will not talk none of that shit. MLB, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna talk none of that. Catch me in Torch Sunday. Catch Torch and Monster on Sundays. We're gonna bring it pregame. We're gonna give it. It's gonna lead into my get up videos, which y'all know. But me and Dre are coming back Sundays. We're going to wait for Mookie. He's going to bring his ass. He's busy. We get it. We love you. We got a spot for you. But me and Dre coming back Sundays. Rise Up Sports. You're going to get it. I'm my man Monster. Trainwreck Sports. You already know.
For sure. Y'all know what it is, man. Listen, Sunday. I'm telling you right now. Jaw you. Do not miss the show. It's going to be a good one. Dalton last week ran the show. I got my guy Wave running the show this week. Wave, Dalton, they'll be running the show. SummerSlam preview, the whole 9 yards. Look at Dalton. You see his face? Yeah, he knows. Champions are here, man. And thank you for being champs for supporting the show. And we just appreciate you, man. It's always fun. Y'all bringing the fun back, man. I swear to God, y'all bringing the fun back to this. All right. Jay Williams, thank you. Josh Bailey, thank you. Sharon Mullen, thank you. Everybody who tuned in too. If I did not mention your name, charge it to my heart. I didn't mean not to mention your name, but nevertheless, likes and hearts in the air for yourselves. Vontae Hicks, what's up, my brother? I see you in here too. The player top 100 list. Yes, absolutely. Shout out to all of you, everybody. That goes for Jacob Souls too. Jacob Souls was in the house. Jay Williams. Yep. Everybody, man. I want to thank y'all. Monday Night Madness. We out.